and welcome. So I'm going to have a look at the Times Cryptic crossword, which has been published on Monday the 21st of April 2025. So Mondays tend to be a little bit easier, which is why I'm giving it a go. There's no setter information, so there's not really a lot to talk about. I had a couple of good puzzles last week, hoping for kind of similar. I'm going to reset timer and crack on. A route out of India, unlikely in such peaceful surroundings. So about passages or something. On radio, grumble is cut. Grumble is to moan. Moan. Our quintet is playing. That looks like an anagram of our quintet. But this stops the flow. Tourniquet. Tourniquet. I think that's tourniquet. I'm going to go with that. We've got hacker stood less on ceremony at first. Hacker stood less on ceremony at first. So ceremony at first is C. Stood less will be satyr. Don't know. Cutter. Child's play receives large hug. Hug. Embrace. Child's play. Can we just anagram of child with an L? Which would be, I'm not sure. One criminal to turn in another, about time. Okay, one criminal to turn in another. So I assume that's putting a T into one word to make a new word for both where they're criminals. Doesn't seem very likely though, so maybe it's a grass or something. Did work against sanction. Work against sanction. I think work is going to be op in there. Sanction is did. Op. I'll leave that like that for now. Car manufacturer lacking agreement from German plant. Oh gosh. Yar. I think there's a yar in there. Car manufacturer with a JA in it. Jaguar. Is that Guar? Is that? I'm going to leave that like that. Guar, Jaguar, maybe. Earth and hill reduced to dust. Earth is 5, hill is 9, 4, makes 9. Don't think that's an anagram then. World, hill, tall. Meal is about over. Breakfast, dinner, lunch and tea. Dinner about would be re, is nid, doesn't really work, does it? Perplexed crowd wanting leader to pursue expeditionary force. Gosh. Perplex. Crowd wanting. Perplexed crowd. Okay, very small thing inhibiting professional heavyweight. Very small thing inhibiting professional heavyweight. Very small things normally something like an atom. Empty vessel in the sound. Empty vessel is an urn. Empty urn. Vessel, pan. Okay. Affected by exposure, wife collapsing beneath a tree. Is that an anagram of wife? Air beneath a tree. Okay, hasn't gone too great. Play or plaything. Probably A. Play or plaything. A toy. Okay. Jacks parted from brisk relative. Relative would be aunt. Auntie. Jaunty. I think jaunty. So that makes that away from, unlikely, a route out of India would be away from peaceful surroundings. Don't know, let's see if this makes sense. Making sense of plump sort of pigeon. Making sense. Not sure about that. Let's look at this one. Rich old university. Okay, there's old university. Cushioned by endless wealth. There's an R. Rich would be So O and then put a U into, so maybe that from is correct. Can't think of a word for rich. Rich is okay. Order for building barrio nice houses. Is that just Ionic? Hidden word. Away from it. I'm going to take that from out. Away from in. Away something in. In if. Order. Don't know. Ionic is a hidden word there, and houses is a hidden word indicator. Cleared a cold and cleared. Acquiesced. Quiesced. A cold and departed would be quitted. Acquitted, yeah. Okay. First to see down solution. First to see is an S. Down solution. Doesn't really make much sense that. Solution. Romance will flourish as with Oliver, which is as with Oliver is Oliver's 6 letters, as with is another 6. That doesn't. Romance is 3, 6, 7, 11. So it's an anagram of romance will. Got an O maybe. Cromwell. Cromwellian, I think that is. Cromwell. Ian? Cromwellian? Seems like. As with him, yep. Each app fails with Charlie irate. Each app is ear. App fails. So that's an anagram of app, and Charlie's ear. Ear. Is that R? Each app or per. Per. Not sure. I'm going to leave that like that to remind myself. Phone and receiver clearly separate. Phone and receiver feels like rings. Call rings. Call rings. Call. Phone is to ring. Ring. Fence. Yeah, fence is a receiver. Ring fence. Gold tooth. Perhaps rounder. Incisor. Incisor would fit. We've got or. Sick in. Does that happen? Rounder? Don't think so. It looks like it's going to be a down going across there. Must be a down, wasn't it? Let's put a down in there. Earth. Wearing down? Wear? No, worn down. Reduced to dust is torn down. Crumpled down. Right, let's keep looking on. In alternation to preach Jewish law. T-O-R-A, Torah. Yeah. Okay. Following Doctor's lead. Gosh, where have I gone to? I'm reading on. Doctor's lead is a D, I suppose. I almost choose to get lump removed. Droop. Doctor is DR. And opt is to lump removed is dropped. I don't know what lump removed is doing though. Have to get name promoted immediately. Is that one? Have to get name. Name is N. Have to get promoted immediately is now. Let's put that much there because that could be something like weather. Affected by okay, weather. Yep. Weather. Wife. Collapsing beneath. Okay, weather. Be beaten. Okay. I don't quite understand what the tree is, but I think it's weather beaten. fairly comfortable with that. So that looks like now is a possibility. Very small thing. Not going there. Meal is about over. Not going there. This one, perplex, baffle. No, not baffle. Pursue. Expeditionary force. Perplex is to baffle. Crowd wanting leader. Empty vessel in the sound. Empty is to void. Void. Okay, let's go back again. So, okay, looking a bit happier. Not great, but not bad. Away, a route out of inches. Away, something in. See if that one. What's this? Cutter? Hacker. ER doesn't have to be right, does it? Stood lest. Layered? Clared? On ceremony at first. Hacker. Chopper. Chopper, no. This looks like a clinic, doesn't it? Child's play. Receiving a cliche. Cliche? No, not cliche. Clinch. Child's play is a cinch. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. This did work against sanction. Quitted's right, and Cromwellian I think is right, so work is a P, op. That's what I was thinking originally. Ooh, okay. Time to look at these early ones. So that's a route out of India, so away. Unlikely. Away from it all, okay. Away from it all, which means that must be first to C, down solution. Lie, L-Y-E. Away from it all, I'm not sure why that's away from it all, really. Unlikely in such a peaceful surrounding, so can't quite understand that at the moment. Right, making sense of plump sort of pigeon. Hang on, a route is away from. Unlikely is tall, I think, isn't it? And peaceful surroundings are away from it all. First C, lice down solution. Is that lie? Or lie? Or lay, lee, low. There's a few possibilities there. First to C. Low. Down solution. See, we'll work out the rest of it first. Does this RE have to be here? I don't think it does it? Really? Let's take that out for a bit and see if I can get this. Hacker stood on ceremony at first. Less. Clay, layer, lay down. Hacker, clay down, play down. Unless ceremonies are right or something. Play or plaything. No idea about that. This, I think, maybe it's Jaguar, not sure. This one, let's look at this. Gold tooth, I thought incisor of that, perhaps rounder. If that was incisor, then that becomes a C and that becomes an S. Perplex crowd, wanting leader to pursue expeditionary force. Not very convinced that's right. Gold tooth. Gold is or molar. Tooth perhaps rounder. Earth and dust. Earth and hill. So a hill is a down, I think. Earth is planet. No. Earth element. Reduced to dust is don't think it's an ing, but it might be. This. One criminal to another. Trespasser. There's no S. And that P may not be right anyway. To turn in another. Making sense of plump, sort of pigeon. Plump is fat, obviously. Sort of pigeon is wood fat. Making sense of his fat. Fathomed. Fathoming, there we are. Earth. Ground. Ground down, okay. Okay. Gold is probably all then. Or tooth. Or molar. Let's go with that being an M for molar. I don't think it is for oracular. But if that was perplex, crowd wanting, that would be muff. Perplex would be to miff. Miff wanting leader to pursue expeditionary force. Don't know. Not sure about that. Right. Still a bit odd. Okay, it's a bit more interesting. Hackers stood less on ceremony at first. Opulent. They are plenty. Opulent. That was the word I couldn't think of. Okay, so what's this? A printer. About time. There's my T for time, maybe. One criminal to turn in another. This is quite annoying actually. I've got nothing really in that clue. A5 play or plaything. A roundabout. Is that roundabout? Okay, that can't be. Let's do that. A roundabout. Play or plaything. No, that can't be about, can it? Unless that's wrong down there. Hacker. I'm thinking hacker is not anything to do with computer hacking. Let's not look at this one down here. Very small thing inhibiting professional heavyweight. Gosh, I don't really understand why that would be now if it is. I mean, now is immediately. Name would be N. Have to get would be woe. What would that be? Woe. W-I. Win. No. New. I mean, I may just have the clue wrong as I've written it, but I don't really understand why that's weather beaten. Affected by exposure, we wife there. Then we got beneath. So we got B E N E A T H. H3. Okay, weather beaten is correct. Okay, does fit. Oh, beaten. Fair enough. This one, following doctor's lead. So let's DI, diopt. To choose to get a lump removed is a biopsy. Biopsy doesn't fit. Let's assume that's a D. That would be a fiddle, wouldn't it? Perplex crowd. Fiddle would fit quite nicely there. Fiddle wanting leader to pursue expeditionary force. Confuddle. Befuddle. Befuddle, is that? Why would that be befuddle? Huddle is a crowd wanting British Expeditionary Force, okay, or tooth. What do you think gold is there? Well, orbiter, rounder, biter. Okay, yep, go with biter in there. Well, got a bit closer on this. Doctor's lead, almost chose. Almost chose to be opted, but chose. Empty vessel in the sound. I'm assuming in the sound is a sound like empty, void. Can't be a void, can it? Divot. Lump removed is a divot. Why would that be divot? D, I. Vote is your choice, isn't it? Yeah, divot, okay. So I think I'm going to have to put void in there. I don't really understand void. Vessel in the sound. Void. Not sure. I think that's void though. Very small thing inhibiting professional heavyweight. Heavyweight's a ton. Professional is an... let's try an ace. Ace, a pro. Pro. If that was pro... Oh, if I could type pro, that would be deadly. Have to get name immediately would be... There's no N in there, is there? Pro. Very small thing. Inhibiting professional heavyweight. That doesn't really work though because I think the ton is probably right, but not sure. Okay, what's this going on here? Each app fails with Charlie irate. Per. Each is per, one per, I think. App fails with Charlie. Charlie's a C. I don't understand that bit. C. Unless there's an anagram of... No, it can't be Charlie app right, can it? Meal is about over. What meals do I... meal of tea isn't going to look good. Breakfast, dinner, lunch, tea. Repast. Repast. Yeah, about and then past. Okay, good old repast. Repast, whatever the word is. Okay, that counts out my thought of a roundabout plaything. Play. Oh, is it the name of a play? A doll's house. Gosh, they are. Ibsen, I think that is. Wow. Okay, so what's this? Okay, so what's this? Hacker. Clayhole. Claypole. Less. Still less. Just check that plenty. I kind of biffed through it, didn't I? Cushioned by endless wealth. Wealth is plenty, yeah. Hacker stood. CL. Lay. Hacker. Clay. More. Laymore. I think, yeah, okay, Laymore seems reasonable. Claymore. What have I got? Ship. One criminal to turn in another. About time. Gosh, what goes in there? I mean, I don't even know if that is a PER, do I? I assume that's Gawar for Jaguar. Not convinced. Per capita, is that? Per head? Why would that be? Each app. Was that an anagram of each app? In which case, where's my H going? Okay, so each app, APP. No, I've got enough letters. Each, yeah, APP. Charlie. Although I've kind of got enough letters. Irate per capita. If that was per capita, what would that be then? Admiration. Can't be admiration. Heavyweight. Very small thing. Well, Well, each is per capita, isn't it, actually? So yeah, okay. Apita, why is that capita? Irate. Okay, that's an anagram of irate. I-R-A-T and Charlie A. Yeah, per capita, okay. So I'm going to put Guar in there because I haven't got any better ideas on that one. Okay, per capita. So what this is, oh, chaplainter, shoplifter. Ah, I've seen that before. That word, I don't know why that's shoplifter. To turn around another. One to turn in another. Don't know. But yeah, shoplifters. So I've got these 4 clues now. I've just got this one here. First to see. Down solution. I don't get that one at all. I think lie, L-Y-E, but I don't know why that would be first to see. I mean, to see is L-O more likely. But where's the E coming from? First to see. This did work against sanction. Took. Toop. If that was a P, there's not a lot goes in there. I'm not going to go through them all because it did work. Trod did work. Okay, so I think that's probably a word turned backwards, meaning to do work, giving us a sanction. A sanction is unlikely to be anything on the bottom row of the keyboard, I think. I don't think it's a TAO. Well, if I'm turning something around, OHT ain't going to work. Is it a taught? Trot. P-O-2. I-O-U-U-Y. Trod. Dort. T-I-E. Two. That one I just don't get. Did work. So let's see if I can get this long one here. Very small thing. Very small thing is inhibiting professional heavyweight. Kiloton, I think. Very is V. Don't think there's a V in there though. 13. Oh. Inhibiting professional heavyweight. I mean, heavyweight I feel like is a ton. So let's go from there. But what a small thing is. Atom doesn't fit. Neutron. I mean, I think professional. So I think there's a professional, which is a. Let's try that. Pro. Doesn't really work, does it? If that's ton for heavyweight, then I need a professional at the start. It wouldn't be pro anyway if it's professional, would it? Be something like an expert. But I can't have expert because the R and T is separated. In fact, heavyweight might just go on the end, so it might be a but what that is trying to get me to into very small, very could be. So I'm just going to have a look at these ones here. There's first to see down solution. So there's no hidden word there because the 1L hasn't got an E near it. I think I spelled tourniquet right. That would be the other probability, I suppose. Low. I assume tourniquet is spelled. We've got. Let's take out the letters. T-O-U-R. Yep. So there's an quinty, quin, t, tourniquet. I think, well, QU must be right. Is it tourniquet? If that's tourniquet, I don't think it is, but first to see. Sure it's tourniquet like that. First to see. Lead, lead, low, lie. I think lie is a solution like that, but I don't understand why that is. First to see, down. C is to I. Why is not L changing to an E? I didn't really figure this one out, did I? A route out of from it, and then tall is unlikely. Okay, I did figure that out. First to see. Lee, maybe. Lou, not really. Lie. Low is to see. Lo and behold. Behold, low. That's to see. But why that would be first to see, and then a D for solution down, really, but that ain't going to work. I'm just going to bung a Y in there because I haven't really got an idea. And I also want to get down here, really. So I'm going to have to get a name. Oh, come back. There you are. Have to get a name promoted immediately. I'm sure that's now, but I don't understand why. Have to get is on. W-O. Ow. Have to get now. Okay, let's go with that being correct. Not sure it is, but let's go with it. Being that, then very small thing inhibiting professional heavyweight being an ambi and sn. Can't be anything but a vowel or an S, can it really? Or I suppose it can be a G, but I think so. I mean, I feel unlikely that's going to be now, but I don't know what to put in there really. That could be an IRC or something like that. Iriton. Very small thing inhibiting. So I think inhibiting is saying put it in the middle of professional, or between professional and heavyweight. Heavyweight being a ton. I'm fairly cool with that. Very small thing. Ant's a small thing. Okay, ant. So let's go with that being now. Anti-gravity, anti-neutron, anti-ant, and then I in professional. I don't know what my professional heavyweight is. Anti-proton. Yeah, anti-proton. There we go. Right, anti-proton. That just leaves me this one here to figure out, and then I've got lie. I think it has to be now. Could be new, I suppose. Immediately new. I don't really know. I don't feel we work on that. Have to get we nor. Immediately is now, I think. I think it's going to be now or new. N for name. Have to get woe. Woe. W-O. Without. Promoted. I'm not sure. So what is this? This is, let's take out a letter so I can just do a bit of alphabet trawling. Zoot. So did work was against sanction. I think there's a timeout. Toop. Would toop be to did work? Did. Toop. Doesn't seem likely, does it? Quit. Acol departed is quitted, I think. I'm fairly cool with that. I don't think it's quilted. It doesn't matter actually. Did work. Work is op against sanction. Sanction timeout. Not keen on that one, but I don't know what it can be really. I think maybe I just got to the point where I've kind of worn down my welcome here, so let's go with that. No. let's see what's wrong. Oh, okay. Oh, void's wrong. Okay, void and tube. I don't know, let's come back to that. So void, is that veil? Veil or vial? Empty vessel in the sound. I think that's veil or veil, but I don't know. Veil. I don't know if it's veil like that or no, vein. That kind of vessel. Okay, so that's got. And then this one. So what's this? W2 root to did work to. I need to take a letter out so I can just alphabet draw it again. Twos, not likely. Took tube boot. Sanction did. Tune, two on, work is on. Did, tune, I don't know that. Any good? No. Also just tool, what about tool? Did work, tool. No. So W-E-R to toot. I'll just keep drawing, put letters in one. Toot doesn't work. Y-U-I-O-P. I tried P, didn't I? Took did work. Okay, let's try and work out what's going on here because I haven't got a clue on some of them. Right, a route out of India, unlikely. So we've got a route is a way. Out of is from. I for India is NATO phonetic alphabet, and then something that's unlikely. You might say a tall story is an unlikely story. So, and that gives you away from it all, which is a peaceful surroundings. On the radio, it's saying there's a sound like of a grumble, so a moan with an A in it becomes cut. You cut your lawn, your lawn was mown. Cut quintet is an anagram of tourniquet. Is playing as your anagram indicator, and tourniquet stops the flow of blood. Now claymore, I don't know about a claymore as being a hacker per se. I mean, I think claymores are either something to do with Scottish soldiers or a type of grenade or something, so I don't know really what that is. Hacker in that sense. But we've got stood less, so you lay more. And on ceremony, so going on the end of ceremony at first, but C for ceremony. Charles plays a cinch, receiving alpha large, which gives you a clinch, which is a hug. Gosh, one criminal to turn in another about time. Okay, so criminal is a lifer, sorry. Yeah, if you shop someone, you turn them in. I'd say it might be a grass or something. Shop a lifer, so criminal is a lifer. Put a T in for time, gives you a shoplifter, which is another type of criminal. Right, did work. Well, I think if you said that worked, you're trying to get something to work, then it finally took. Against sanction took. I don't know what's going on there really. Did work against took. Against sanction. I think sanction is a timeout TO, but that's a bit obscure. I think maybe. Okay. Work. Okay. Did took. You did it. You took it. Don't get that one. I think we've got the car manufacturer is a Jaguar, losing the agreement from the Germans. So the German word for yes is Jahr, so take Jahr, J-A, off of Jaguar, gives you a guar, which is a type of plant. So that's what I wasn't sure about. The earth is ground and a hill is down. Reduced to dust is ground down, fair enough. Meal is a repast. I don't actually know what meal it is exactly, but I have come across it in Crossword Land a couple of times now. About is writing to you, read this, and over is past. Perplex is to befuddle. A crowd wanting a leader is a huddle without the H, so that gives you the uddle bit, and then pursuing the expeditionary force. Of course, they've been very helpful to say I think BEF is the British Expeditionary Force, so that's very helpful. So we've got an all in kind of one here. So we've got a very small thing is an ant. Inhabiting, professional, heavyweight, inhibiting, sorry, very small thing, anti-proton. I think an ant. Okay, pro-ton. So professional ton is a heavyweight. Inhibiting is anti maybe. So yeah, a very small thing is a anti-proton. Okay. Empty is vain. So if you're a bit vain spelled that way, then you're a bit shallow and empty. And a vessel, VEI, the vein in your blood veins. I don't want in the sound. So in sound is just saying it's a sound like of those two words. Affected by exposure is weather beaten. W for wife, and then collapsing is taken as an anagram of beneath a tree to get the rest of it. So that's the acrosses. We've got Ibsen's play, A Doll's House, which is from about the 1890s, I think, and a plaything is A Doll's House. Jack's part is from brisk, so if something's brisk, it's jaunty. Take the J off, gives you auntie, which is a relative. If you make sense of something, as I've tried to do with this crossword, then you're fathoming it. Plump is fat, and a type of pigeon is a homing pigeon. Rich is opulent. We've got old for O for old, and then we've got U for university, cushion, so going into endless wealth. So the wealth is plenty without a Y on it. Gives you opulent. Order for building. So I guess Ionic is a type of architecture. So I guess order for building would be Ionic. You order this type of building. Not sure about that really. And Ionic is a hidden word across barrio nice, and houses is your hidden word indicator. Cleared. If you've been cleared in court, you've been acquitted. AC for a cold, and then departed is quitted. Right, first to see down. Solution. Well, a solution I think is lie. First to see. First to see down. Again, don't really know what's going on there. I don't know if it's doing something with the I or low, or if we're moving letters around. Ley. Don't know that one again. So the second one I can't decode. Romance will flourish. So I've got romance will is giving us Cromwellian. Flourish is your anagram indicator, and as with Oliver, so Oliver Cromwell, the Lord Protector of England in the 1650s. And as it's with him, then it's Cromwellian. It's that. We've got each is per capita, which means per head. So each, one per head, one per capita. App, we've got an anagram of app. C for Charlie, which is native phonetic alphabet, and irate. Fails is your anagram indicator. If you phone someone, you ring them, and the receiver is of stolen goods is offence. And clearly separates. I think you ring fence it. Gold is OR. A tooth is a biter, and perhaps rounder is an orbiter. Things that go round the Earth are orbiters. I guess that seems reasonable. In alternation is things to take the alternate letter to preach, which we've got TO as the first and third of that, and then the second, fourth, and sixth letters of preach give us Torah, which is the Jewish law. Divot, following doctor, so D for doctor, doctor's lead, sorry, D. I is in the clue, and then almost chooses to vote, but without, because it's almost, then just take off the E, which gives you divot, and the divot is the lump removed, so if you're playing golf, you take a divot. And have to get name promoted immediately is now, and N is name. Have to get WO, I'm not sure about that bit. But promoted says it to me, it's WO and then name for N. I'm just wondering if you win something you want it. Don't know. Don't get it really. Have to get one. Okay. Well, if the hardest clues there were actually kind of the 3 and 4 letter ones. The now, vein, took, and lie. But there you go. All done. Thanks for watching.